Out here. It is the 21st day of October 2013. And I just want to show you a couple things that I think are pretty cool things to know that they don't talk about in the documentaries at all when it comes to geology and the land and the Himalayas and things like that. Not that I've ever heard. Maybe they talk about this amongst themselves, geologists and whatnot, but like the Himalayas right here in the Tibetan Plateau being the same exact shape as Australia's eastern half of Australia there. See that? They are created in the same place at the same time. This shape has to be. See this? You can see this big round patch there, and you see this big round patch right there. And this all goes together. They share the same land features. And I had just made a video about this a minute ago, and I remembered after I made the video, I should have checked the weather with this overlay. This is overlaid over Australia, right? This is where Australia is supposed to be. This is not where this is supposed to be, obviously. But after I got done with the video, I was thinking about it. Oh yeah, I should show the weather, because then I was sitting there thinking about the weather, what it was like before I even put this picture up here, because I hadn't looked at it with the weather yet, and I remember there was a straight line going through Australia. Watch, there's like this straight line of weather going through Australia, and I remembered that straight line, and as I was sitting here looking at this picture right here, I was thinking, oh yeah, there was a straight line in weather right there. Let's turn it on, check it out. So I did turn it on, and then I was just a little bit off. I had the picture a little bit over. This line was like over here a little bit too far, so I just lined it up. Check it out. That's confirmation. That kind of shit right there confirms things right there. When you get the same curve, same shape, right, and then you get that weather pattern. Now, if I leave this picture of China here, or whatever you want, Tibetan Plateau and the Himalayas, if I leave this here, the weather should always, anytime there's weather in here, it will fit this picture of this area. The weather will. That's straight like that in that straight line for that reason right there. They were together, more than likely, in this place at one time. This whole area, this land and the land underneath it, Australia too. You don't really even see it that much in Australia. Look at that. Watch. You don't even see that line that much. I mean, I'm sure it's there, but you don't really see it very much because weather patterns do repeat themselves. Obviously they have a cycle of weather that changes the shape of the land, and you will see it in the land from erosion. So, anyways, we don't really see it there, and this is the weather from this area. Okay, so but when we put the China picture up there over the top and fit it just like it would be over, you see the same shape, and there it is. There's your straight line right there in the land that was there at one time, more likely. See that? Or created in the same place. This was probably some kind of volcanic trench or something. Looks like this was definitely a big volcano. I mean, you don't hear them talk about stuff like that really. This desert was a volcano. It's full of sand now, but that's just because it just filled with sand. I mean, but that was a volcano at one time that created all this stuff, I think. This is the whole Tibetan Plateau. That's miles high. I mean, it's high. Not miles, but it's high. It is miles, actually. Pretty interesting, I think. That's the stuff that I wonder about. Then I was looking over here, and I saw that. Okay, here's India, right? Here's where India would have been if it was here, right, at the time. They say that India crashed into into the Himalayas, or China to create the Himalayas or whatever. Okay, well I see this in this position here. Then I turn this weather off, and I can see this is a little bit out of shape. But I look right here, and I see India right there. Look at this. See the whole bay. I mean, I put India there in that spot to see how it fit. And it fits there pretty good. I mean, I was basically trying to line that part up. That was the important part to me. And I can see how that is right there. See that part of the land right there, where that bulge. It's probably a little bit off. I bet you can get it better. Move over a little bit, maybe turn it just a touch. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, because that puts that little cove thing right there. I just try to put things back together again. because I know there's so many different ways, and I know the moon had everything to do with creating it. I didn't show you this yet, huh? Show this part. I should show it. This is the impact. Claw printed mistakes. See the shape? Pretty sure that's there. Huh. There's that right there. Look at the center. Watch the center. Huh. That's there. Yeah, this is a good alignment over Australia. I can't believe it's fallen over China. That it's fitting that good in China. Look at that. Look at that line right there. There's that point. Oh man, that's really good. Right here, longer. Can't see it there. See something here. Look at this. See, you're not able to see through this picture, but you see that shape right there? Look at below it, right there. Very nice. That one was a little bit off, it looks like. Not much. Look at this land right here. See this land? Wow. Of course, it's not going to be perfect, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good alignment. Look at that little spot right there. That looks the same. And there's all this. That looks the same. Definitely this part's the same. Right there, look at that. That's Everest right there. It looks like, whoa. I think Everest is here, but that's a big mountain right there. That is Everest. Right there, see where that big blob, that big cuts, look at that big hole right there, right along the edge. That's probably. I'm sure the Himalayas did this to the moon right here. I would say, the Himalayas did that, cut that space on the moon right there, that trench. Anyways, that's all I want to show. I just want to show you that weather part.